taking your winger. Nah, brother, I'm not joking, blood. We just got Gakpo, fam. Not Akpom from Arsenal, but Gakpo, the main man himself. And we're going to find out in this video just how good is our new winger. Right, hello there everyone, welcome back to James Redmond TV and welcome to another Redmond Roundup, the show where we discuss a bunch of different things. Now in this episode we're going to be talking about the new and latest addition to the Liverpool squad, which is CODY Gakpo. Now we've got a bunch of information on the player to my right, but also the purpose of this video is essentially to look at the balance of statistics, which I know a lot of guys who watch this channel enjoy, and then also the balance of the type of player that he is, so the style of play that he has, the attributes that he possesses, and what style of play did PSV, for instance, play, because if he's going to come from PSV to Liverpool, you'd like to hope that they would play a similar, or would have a few things a part of their game plan that is similar to us. So that's what we're going to discuss in this video. If you think that Gakpo is going to be a success, smash a like. If you think he's going to be a flop, smash a like. The only way that you should smash a dislike is if you don't like the video, that's the purpose and whatnot. But let's get into it. So the first thing I want to break down, as this is the first thing people, especially in the modern day, look at straight away. They'll forget everything else, the type of player that he is, no first touch, all these things. This is the first thing they look at, which is stats. So in 159 games for PSV, Gakpo was able to accumulate 105 goal contributions. So to be precise, 55 goals and 50 assists. Now keep in mind, this season, 18 of those goals and 18 of those assists have came this year in 34 games. When it comes to someone with the stats, when it comes to someone who's a bit prolific in front of goal and can actually contribute to the players around him, but also to himself, that's very ideal. Very ideal if someone can get the numbers. So already, one side of his game, I really enjoy. I like goals, I like assists, therefore, thank you, Gakpo. The positions that he plays is left wing, striker and right mid. So a bit of versatility. The majority of his goal contributions do come from the left wing. His second amount of goal contributions comes from striker, and then right wing he's got very little goal contributions. So although saying that he can play multiple positions, he clearly thrives more at left wing and striker. But it's good to know that if a player is getting tired or whatever, he can come on and at least do a job. Can he do it phenomenally? I don't know, but it's going to be better than a right winger out of our academy, if that's what we had to end up using, even though I'm sure we've probably got boss wingers in the academy. Style of play. So I'm going to talk about PSV's style of play first, and then I'm going to get into Gakpo's style of play. So PSV play a style of football, as we know, they're one of the best teams in the Netherlands, so they're going to control the possession in the games that they play. But they do look to play on the counter-attack. They do look to thrive off set pieces, long balls, which is very similar to how Liverpool like to conduct their style of play as well, which is always ideal if Gakpo is going to be going from one of the best teams in that country to one of the best teams in this country. Maybe not at the moment, but in general, Liverpool do tend to control the majority of the games they're in. Are they efficient enough? Is a different question. Do they take their chances? Is a different question. Similar teams, similar style of play, which is always good. Another factor and variable that I think has gone into Klopp, Liverpool wanting to sign Gakpo is the attributes and the type of player that he is and the attributes that he possesses. He likes to cut inside a lot on his right foot. If you watch a simple goal compilation of the kid, this is something that he does on a regular basis. He loves to dribble, giving off layoffs, counter-attack. Also has a tendency to get fouled. Not because he's a diver or anything like that, but just simply players can't get the ball off him. If you also see how good his hold-up play is as well, very similar to Sadio Mane, maybe not as strong as Sadio Mane, but unlike the technical side of things, you can improve the physical side of things. And although he's quick, I've seen people saying he's got blistering pace. I don't even think that's his key strength. I think his key strength is everything else on the ball, which, although still not elite, more than good enough to accommodate us in our squad and push Luis Diaz for a first team place at that left wing position. Final thing, he has semi-decent set pieces, which I don't really think means anything with the fact that we've got Robbo and Trent who take the set pieces. So far we've identified he plays in a team with a similar style of play to Liverpool. We've also identified that with the cutting inside, with the dribble, with the little layoffs, the counter-attack and play that he enjoys, that also suits us. So stylistically, is this a good player for Klopp and Liverpool? So far, absolutely. Now let's break it down into the details of the transfer. He joins us for a fee, currently rumoured between 35 to 45 million. So regardless, let's say it's the worst end of that, the 45 million. 45 million for a player who's going to come in, possibly sit on the bench if Luis Diaz comes back, but can still push him for that competition, can play striker, so not to mention, he can probably give Núñez a run for his money as well. This is a really, really interesting factor and variable that we've got a new player who can add that element of competition and therefore increase the agency of the players who probably feel a little bit too comfortable at the moment. And if you think about last season, one thing that really went in favour for Liverpool is that if Salah weren't playing well, if Mane weren't playing well, if Firmino or Jota weren't playing well, you had Minamino, you had Divock Origi, you had Firmino or Jota. Now these options are only ever more enhanced when you consider that we've got Diaz, we've got Salah, we've got Núñez, we've got now Gakpo. But when you include the players like Ben Doak, who came on against Aston Villa and looked really, really good, Bobby Clark, another young player in the Liverpool squad who has a lot of potential. This is endless amount of options and it's a good headache to have. And someone asked me the question, I don't know if it's a comment I want to answer at the end of the video, but someone asked me the question, James, do you think having too many attackers is going to be a problem? Well, listen, we're probably going to sell one or two of these attackers by the time the season ends. Don't be surprised to see Bobby Firmino leave now that we've brought in Gakpo. Certainly don't be surprised to maybe over the next year or two start to see rumblings about Diogo Jota, because what's his two positions, Jota, left wing and striker? What have we just gone and bought? Luis Diaz last January, Gakpo this January, Núñez in the summer. Therefore, there's an idea there that Jota might not be a part of the long term as much as these other new signings. But 35 to 45 million, I think that's a good transfer fee. He's 23 years of age, and he signed a 6-year deal. So I believe he signed until 2029. Therefore, he's a long-term option. And the clubs that were linked with him was Chelsea, Manchester United, and Real Madrid. So a lot to dissect there. What do I think about the clubs that was interested in him? We know Man United was obviously there. We hijacked him. That's huge. Not just because we're Liverpool fans and we get to say, oh yes, we just beat United for a transfer. We've just won the January transfer window, because that's not what it's about. What we need to look at this piece of business and move is that Liverpool move in silence, and that they are being more ruthless. Last summer, when we signed Luis Diaz, Spurs wanted to get Luis Diaz, but we swooped in there, gave them more of that incentive, said, listen, we win more trophies than Spurs. We can offer you more money than Spurs. Do you want to come to us? And we swooped him from Spurs. Fast forward to Núñez, who was also linked with numerous other clubs. Man United being one of those clubs. Like, Man United fans there, like, giving shit to Núñez all the time. Man United wanted Núñez as well. Some reliable journalists in the summer came out and said that, and then we swooped in and got him. And then again, now you can make it 3-0 in recent times when you consider that we were able to swoop another main transfer target for United. But it's not because we beat United, even though that's funny. It's not the main reason why we should be happy. The main reason we should be happy is we're beating big teams to transfers, and we have to capitalise on the team that we are now. We have to capitalise that we've been one of the best teams in the world over the past 5 years. We have to capitalise that although they are a financial megaforce, Manchester United, that is, even if they're really crap at football, they can still offer the money, they can still offer the luxury of being at a huge club and whatever have you. But what they can't offer is the guaranteed success in the short term. We can't necessarily offer the same thing, but because we've got credit in the bank based on recent history on improving players, it already significantly increases the want to go ahead and join Liverpool and work with Jurgen Klopp and work alongside these players. Gakpo probably thought, you know what, Virgil's here, a few other people that I know, I'm happy to come here and I'm happy to give it a go and happy to improve as a player. Therefore, to beat these teams like Chelsea, Real Madrid, Manchester United, no matter how strong or not strong the links was, absolutely huge and essential when you come into consideration that if we want to be a big club, if we want to show big intent, this is the type of ruthlessness that we have to show. And therefore, I am so proud of FSG, Jurgen Klopp, whoever is involved with this transfer. Brilliant. The only problem I've had in the past is when you don't go and kick on. That's the biggest issue. So just to recap everything that I've said so far, he's got 105 goal contributions in 159 games. He can play left wing, striker or right wing. His style of play is very much someone who likes to cut inside, counter attack, running in behind. He's a fairly quick player, not super lightning. Like, he's not as quick as Diaz or Núñez, but he's still quick enough to be able to cause teams problems. But it's on the ball. It's on the ball work that I am most impressed with. His decision making, when to finish, when to cut inside, when to dribble, when to lay off the ball. That's what I'm most impressed by. You won't look at Gakpo and say he's the best dribbling in the world. You won't look at Gakpo and say he's the best passer or he's the best finisher. But he's good at all of those things. And if you're just good, like Mane was, like Salah was at all of those things, because they were all good. Salah, he's a good dribbler. He's not a world-class dribbler or a flary player, but he's good. Mane, very similar story. Gakpo, he can come in and really set a light in this Liverpool team. And it could eventually get to a point where either we've got a world beater at left wing, or we've got a player who we can sell for between 50 and 100 million. Bear in mind, Gakpo's just had a great World Cup. There was many reasons why this is a good signing. And to take him away from United, to give competition to Luis Diaz, to give competition to Nunes, Jota, when he comes back. Firmino. How much does Firmino want that new contract? Because now he's got four attackers that he needs to compete with for that number 9 role. But anyway, guys, before we end the video, I want to read a couple of your comments from the previous video. I'll probably have to keep it at 1 comment for this one, but I'm starting a new segment where I'm reading your comments, basically to call myself out. You guys like to call me out in the comments a lot. Very respectful 95% of the time, and call me out on my footballing opinions. Now, who am I as a good YouTuber to come on, talk about discussion when I don't even talk about your comments? That's why this segment's on the show. So the comment that we're going to read today is from Swat. So Gakpo will unlock Nunes. His crosses are straight up nasty from the left-hand side. Also runs at defenders and is very rapid and strong on the ball. Gakpo on the left, Nunes striker, and Salah on the right. Now, Swat, I really am intrigued by this comment for many reasons. Now, the first thing you said, he will unlock Nunes. The only reason why I'd say be careful there is because don't try and dispute that Nunes isn't already getting the chances. I know people make the argument that he can get better with finishing over time and stuff. If you agree with that, fair enough. Honestly, I think we've already provided the chances for Nunes. It's just that Nunes needs to take the chances. So Gakpo coming in, I don't think improves Nunes in any way. I'm not saying Nunes gets worse, but I'm just saying I don't think it does anything to Nunes in how he does. That's just me. His crosses are straight up nasty. This is true. He's always looking to put the ball in the danger areas. Gakpo on the left, Nunes striker, and Salah on the right was the main thing I wanted to talk about in that comment. Are we just writing off Luis Diaz? Did we just get the new shiny toy? And then, do you remember in Toy Story 3 or Toy Story 4 when Andy's old, so he fucks off, and then the new little girl comes and takes Woody, but kind of look like Andy just looks at Woody like he's old. Like, I don't really know if I really want to keep. Is that how well is Luis Diaz become Woody? Is what I'm asking, chat, because Luis Diaz has been a great player ever since he signed last January, and I'm already getting swat. By the way, this comment had about 15 likes, and people are saying Gakpo, Nunes, or Salah. Now, I don't know if you're talking about while Diaz is out injured. I don't know if you're talking about permanently. But let's not just write off Luis Diaz. In fact, if I am the manager, I would not mind seeing Gakpo down the middle, Diaz on the left, Salah on the right, just to see how it looks. If not, then yeah, just interchange Gakpo and Diaz. We're playing 3 games a week. It's really not a bad thing. But if I had to say our best front 3 with Gakpo in the team, I'd still put Luis Diaz above him. I'm not going to lie. But again, I've seen more of Diaz, not enough of Gakpo. That opinion could change very, very quick because there's still a lot of aspects about Luis Diaz's game that I think could improve. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. It was a really good comment from Swat. We're going to do another Redmond Roundup later on or tomorrow, guys, to respond to all of your comments based around Darwin Nunes, people who have been calling me out. And again, like if you want your comment to feature in a future video, then please do leave it in the comments down below. But guys, that's going to be the end of this Redmond Roundup. Please smash a like if you think Gakpo's going to be dead boss. Smash a dislike if you didn't enjoy the video and let me know why you didn't like the video. Final thing, if you want to go and cop some merch from the website, link in the description, the If Buts Maybes absolute t-shirts, or if Trent's not playing, I'm not watching blah t-shirts, then you can go and check them out on the website. The limited edition Trent t-shirts are only out until New Year. After that, they will be gone forever, so go and check it out on the website. 10% of each purchase that you make so gracefully goes towards St. James's Place men's mental health charity. 10% of each purchase. We just wanted to make sure we could, get a little bit of money for charity in times like what we're in. More information on that is on the website. Guys, thank you for watching. Love every single one of you, and I will see you in a bit. Peace out.